It's news time. Information is power. The current. The news headline. Buhari has turned Nigeria into beggar nation, PDP chairman alleges. Chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Dr. Iyorkia Ayu, has said that foreign loans taken under administration of President Muhammadu Buhari have turned Nigeria into a beggar in the country of nations. The party, however, is assured of its readiness. However, they are ready to rescue the nation if it receives the backing of citizens in 2023. Ayu spoke during a chat BBC Hausa monitored at the weekend. He added that the party has organized a workshop for its newly elected officials to keep abreast of ways to confront insecurity in the country. The situation in our country is so bad that anyone on a journey from Abuja to Kaduna, whether by road or by rail, would not have a peaceful mind. It is a must that we right the wrongs in our party to get people's support. Every side must be given the chance to comment so that together we can actually achieve our projection and aim. We work in unison to achieve what the people desire, is said by the chieftain of the All Progressive Congress, APC, Osita Okechukwu, said PDP lacks the moral lassitude to promise Nigerians a better deal. He argued that Nigerians are assured of sustainable development if APC continues to rule. How can Nigerians trust our sister political party, the PDP, given their antecedents riddled with trust deficits? We know that times are hard. Methinks it is better earlier to allow APC to fix Nigeria. Where does one start from? He asked, citing alleged misappropriation of funds when the PDP ruled the country. He recalled how Kasim Afegbua alerted the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, of corruption in the opposition party. He said, "Can we forget the squandermania of the $23 billion greenfield refineries, one meant for Lagos, one for Kogi, and one for Bayelsa, a golden opportunity cost to our economy?" We recall that on March 19, 2015, Conference of Nigerian Political Parties, CNPP, queried Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, then Minister of Finance, thus, "May we, under the Freedom of Information Act 2011, request the full disclosure of transactions concerning the 3 greenfield refineries and petrochemical plant contracts awarded on May 13, 2010 by President Goodluck Jonathan to Chinese State Construction and Engineering Corporation Limited, CSCEC, at $23 billion, meant to be located at Bayelsa, Kogi, and the Lagos State." Secondly, why are they dead on arrival as 6 years down the lane? Neither the 3 greenfield refineries nor petrochemical plant is under construction. The 3 greenfield refineries, one understands, on completion, were to add 750,000 barrels per day capacity to Nigeria's refining infrastructure and create over 1 million jobs. The greenfield refineries fiasco happened when our excess crude account had over $40 billion and the China State Construction Corporation even upped their equity to 80%. The unfortunate outcome is that $15 billion was fleeced off our national treasury yearly for the importation of refined petroleum products for over a decade. Meanwhile, the youth wing of the APC has grown its weight behind the use of direct primaries. Led by Mr. Ismail Ahmed, the group argued that the move would create an enabling environment for credible candidates to emerge in political parties. Ahmed, who spoke after meeting zonal youth leaders in the country, said, "As members of the party, we love direct primaries because it is an opportunity for open inclusion. Everybody gets involved in deciding. Of course, there are certain things that we are afraid of, the magnitude of the exercise, whether or not any political party in this country should be restricted to a single way of bringing out candidates, and whether or not we have the manpower to man 8,812 votes when we are doing primaries. But other than that, it is an opportunity for young people to participate in the process. So it is something that will encourage everyone. And this is the reason why it has, why the PDP chairman Inyokia Ayu has said that the foreign loans that President Muhammadu Buhari's regime, had actually taken have turned Nigeria to, a very critical nation, and that the party had at a point in time, promised, to change the status quo. However, as at now, it is the reverse that the nation is experiencing, adding that the party has organized a workshop for their newly elected officials to keep abreast of ways to confront the insecurity in the country. The APC chairman also says that the Nigerians cannot continue to trust the APC party, saying that they have ridiculed the trust that people had given unto them, where the Squandermania of the 23 billion greenfield refineries, one meant for Lagos and one meant for Kogi State and one for Bayelsa, which was actually a good opportunity cost to our economy. But reverse is the case, because there is no visible evidence of how they are properly utilized all these refineries. Also says that we recall in March 19, 2015, the conference of Nigerian political party CNPP that queried Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, who was then the Minister of Finance, and saying that there was need for full disclosure of the transactions concerning the 3 greenfield refineries being mentioned and the petrochemical plant contract awarded on May 13, 2010 by President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan to Chinese State Construction and Engineering Corporation Limited at $23 billion, meant to be located at Bayelsa, Kogi, and Lagos State. And at the end of the day, the project was dead on arrival, as 6 years down the lane, neither of the 3 greenfield refineries nor petrochemical plants is under construction. And this is why it has been said that the national treasury is actually being squandered anyhow. And this is one of the reasons why the PDP chairman himself is saying that one cannot entrust in the APC for the forthcoming election in 2023. Seeing that everybody gets involved in deciding, and it is therefore necessary for the citizens of the country to ensure that they come around to exercise the magnitude of this exercise and put in power one who is worthy one who is worthy of changing the status quo of the country, Nigeria. Thanks for listening.